Welcome to the Kingsview Railway Channel. Today we're going to review the new on-track models 82 class diesel electric locomotive. This locomotive was ordered several months ago on the on-track models website, and we got a notification last Friday that the model was about to be shipped, and it arrived yesterday. So stay tuned and see our review. Well, the 82 class is still a current locomotive for New South Wales. It's still running. It's getting a little bit long in the tooth and it's being replaced by newer locomotives, but it's been the stalwart of a lot of coal running, in the northern part of Newcastle and Beresford and up those areas. But it's often seen, running around New South Wales in all sorts of areas. And I just thought, well, as I model up into the the mid-90s or so, it'd be nice to have an 82 class loco, and this is my first freight rail livery loco. So lifting off the lid, and it's nicely packaged. On-track models have provided this little book here, which is quite nice. Well, let's open it up and we'll see what we've got. On the first page we've got a cautionary warning, which is to make sure that your DCC system has electronic circuit protection, and to make sure that you don't have a short circuit on your layout, because that can damage the locomotive. A little bit of history of the 82 class on this page here, which is quite good. Nice little manual that the on-track guys have put together here, which makes it quite nice to handle. So we open it up here, and we've got a section here, getting to know your 82 class, with a diagram here, dynamic brakes, engine room hatch, fuel tank, and then how to install a Locksound 5 chip, which is, this particular model's already got the chip installed, but to give on-track models a great amount of credit, they've made the hatch on the top of the locomotive easy to remove and then to pull off the dummy plug and then fit a DCC decoder, which makes it really, really good and quick to install a DCC chip yourself if you haven't done it before. So that's really quite good, and obviously it's got the factory sound file. So this page here details how to remove the body, which is nicely detailed, shows where the screws are. Obviously you've got to take off the couplings. Mechanism components over here, and you can see that it's got a circuit board, it's got it's got a speaker, and it's got a dummy plug for DCC. So if you're not using DCC, you've got to leave this dummy plug on. So we just open up the next page. It tells a little bit about the packaging and maintenance. Nice photo here of an 82 in Pacific National colours, which is a popular scheme. And then because it's DCC, they've actually listed out here quite well, what the sound codes are for when you press the F key. So headlights, horn, drive holes. So as we unpack this loco, we'll get it over onto the layout, and we'll give some of these sounds a test out. Now the loco ships as the standard default of 03, so we'll set it up now on the DCC test track, and we'll program up the number. So before we program it up, we've got a little plastic bag here with a couple of metal grills. So they're obviously separately applied parts, so we'll have a look at those in a minute. We've got some additional decals for different running as well. So quite different to other models. It comes with this extruded foam top piece, and then the typical freezer bag type plastic surrounds. So we can just simply lift out the loco like that, which comes out quite nicely. So you can see there that the loco is quite nice. Comes with padding each end. It's got a crew at this end, so we're going to assume that this the crewed end is the number 1 end. So we'll take all this packaging off and we'll get it over onto the test track and see how it runs. So we've opened up our lock programmer programming system. We're on version 5.2.9. This is a great program. It connects via a USB cable, which is just here, through to a USB lock programmer that's on the wall there, and it's got an ESU power supply, and then we've got our test track up the top here. So this is pretty well how I run my little workshop here. So it'd probably be a little bit hard to see some of the settings here, but we're just going to go here and go programmer, read decoder data. So we'll see here it's reading the decoder data, and we're seeing here it says old decoder firmware updating from 5.10 to 5.12. So it's already done that pretty quickly. So we'll see here that Locomotive address is number 3. So I'll just zoom in on that to make it a bit easier for you to see. So hopefully you can see that there. You can see here is the address here, number 3, and the Locomotive, as you can see up the top, 8238. So we just type in 8238, and we're going to go use long address, which means I've just got to put 8238 back in again, 8238, and then all we have to do then is press programmer and write decoder data, and we will override the defaults with the current values. We go next, and it writes the decoder data, and it's also writing the firmware update as well. So we'll just let that finish, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so the update's been completed. Now what I often do is, when I've got a new loco like this, what I do with the ESU programs, I always save all of the standard settings so that I can always get back to the way in which the Locomotive arrived. So I run those also in a folder called ESU projects in Dropbox. So what I do is I'll just type in here 8238, 8238, and I usually go then shift _ STD for standard, so or new or original, and then I go save. So what that does is that saves the programming for this Locomotive with the exception of just the number. So now I've saved the number, makes it a lot easier to come back to this configuration.
1 minute later.
I got the loco up on the test bed as you saw before. So let's have a listen to what the sound is like. So I'm just going to press F8 now. Oh, it sounds pretty good. Now we'll have a listen to the horn. Sounds pretty typical. So we'll have a quick look at some of these other sounds. I'll just get the little booklet out. I've got the little booklet here. We'll have a look at these. We've got drive hole, locomotive brake, dimmers, front light. So we'll go through these, I think, once we're over on the layout. But we'll just check forward and back motion. So we're just giving it a bit of throttle now. Let's go back the other way. Nice braking. It sounds very nice. So we just hit stop. Now when you hit stop, obviously it pulls it up dead. So we're going to take it over to the layout and we'll give it a test run. So the loco's had a little run around the layout, seems to be performing very well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to focus now on the multiple pressing of function number 7 to show you how the lights work. So the first press, we get the number boards. The second press, we get the marker lights and the number boards. Third press, we also get the ditch lights. Fourth press, we also get the headlights. And then the fifth press, we actually get the red rears, so for when the locomotive is running in the other direction. Now, function 23 also allows you to run the number boards and the white marker lights at the number 1 end, and function 24 also allows you to run the number boards and white markers lights at the number 2 end. So you certainly got plenty of capability there. Function 25 and function 26 also allows you to run the ditch lights at the number 1 end and number 2 end. Function 27 and 28 allows you to run the marker lights number 1 and number 2. So this loco has functions right up to function 28 on the DCC chip, Locksound version 5 that's been installed. So certainly the chip is highly programmed, and congratulations to the on-track guys, because they've made the right combinations for markers, ditch lights and number boards and headlights separately. So you can run in a number of configurations to suit whichever way you want to run this 82 class loco. So all in all, how do I sum up this new on-track models 82 class? I think it's a fine loco. It doesn't have quite the detail of an Auscision. It's very, very close though, and I think it would only be a real purist that would really pick the difference between the two. I think that the loco is quite robust. It does have sanding pipes which are very, very close to the wheels. I think that you've just got to be careful without putting it in and out of travelling boxes. The detail on each end is really quite detailed. The couplings I found have work really, really well straight up. And I think it's a fine addition to the on-track models stable. I mean, the 82 class was always a popular model, and this particular model, in freight rail blue, is a very attractive loco, and I think it fits in very well as a consist for a general freight loco on your layout. So congratulations to the on-track guys. You've done a great job of bringing in a loco that has excellent pulling power. I've given it a fairly hefty load here to pull around the Kingsview Model Railway, of which it's done it very, very well. And I must say these newer generation diesels have exceptional pulling power, and scale to scale, that I think that they pull more than what the real thing does. So again, all-wheel drive, all-wheel pickup, good crew detail, nice clear glazing. All in all, a great locomotive, and I hope you've enjoyed this review. And if you like what we do, please like and subscribe for our content. And if you've got any comments about this loco or any other part of our Kingsview Model Railway, please don't hesitate to leave your comments below. But I hope you've enjoyed this review, and we'll see you next time.